Welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is all about what your destiny is. I have 4 groups for you to pick from today, starting with group 1 and moving down to group 4. My boyfriend recently went on a trip to Brighton with his friends. He passed by a crystal shop and brought me back a new tarot deck. It was very sweet of him because he's not really into tarot reading, but he knows I am, so it was nice that he thought of me. The imagery on these cards is absolutely stunning, so I'm very excited to use them, especially for such an angelic reading as finding out what your destiny is. I randomly shuffled these cards and I cannot believe how many ones we got. I'll start by giving you some close-ups of the groups. Group 1 with Angel of Clairsentience. Group 2 with Angel of Enlightenment. Group 3 with Angel of Clairaudience. Group 4 with Angel of White Light. Please take a deep breath in with me now and hold it and slowly release that breath. When you're ready, pick a group. If you need more time choosing, feel free to pause the video here. If not, scroll down to the description box or the comments to find the timestamp for your group. I'm going to start with a reading for group 1. Hi group 1, so if you chose the Angel of Clairsentience, this is your reading. I'm actually going to pop this up there in a second, but we'll just leave it here so that I can read to you from the guidebook. The feelings you are receiving are correct. Your gift of clairsentience is guiding you. Your angel is here to help you trust your feelings so that you don't keep making the same mistakes. She wants you to make decisions based on how you feel instead of overthinking the situation. Once you welcome her guidance into your life, you will learn how to live within your own spiritual vortex. Remember, if something doesn't feel right, stop and take the time to see how this feeling affects your body. If you have the impulse to be sick when you think about it, this is an indication that you should not proceed. On the other hand, if you feel happy, excited, and euphoric when you think of the decision, this is an indication that you should proceed. So I feel like what this card is telling you is that in your future, you will need to listen to your gut more. You will need to trust your gut feeling. As long as you let that guide you on your path forward, you will make the right decisions. I'm going to pop this card up here for the rest of your reading, and we will have a look at your next oracle card. So I have a card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. We have a turtle. I'm going to once again read from the guidebook for this card. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. Okay, so I see you as someone who's quite grounded, but also very trusting, inherently trusting. And it's really interesting because when we read this angel card, we saw that sometimes you ignore your gut instinct not to trust someone and you just go ahead and blindly trust them anyway. And with this card, I just see you as someone who wants to trust everyone, but it's not always in your best interest to do so. I'd like to get a bit more information about your destiny with some tarot cards. So tell me about Group 1's destiny. I want to know more about it. Wow. Okay. I only wanted 2 cards, but 3 flew out, so we're going to take them all. We have the King of Swords, the Two of Swords, and finally the Ace of Wands. The Two of Swords makes me feel like you are stuck choosing between 2 options. And I feel like you're really, really stuck between listening to your head and listening to your heart or your gut. I see with the Ace of Wands, there's some sort of creative opportunity or creative venture that you really want to chase, but logic is telling you not to chase it, essentially. Like when you're thinking with a clear mind, you're thinking, no, this isn't a viable option. This isn't a stable option. I can't do this. And you are a very grounded individual. So you're worried about taking that risk. You're worried about taking that leap of faith into the unknown. And yes, I see you as someone who usually sticks to the rule book. I see you as someone who is very insightful, very intuitive, but also just very intelligent. There's this fun idea, there's some sort of creative pursuit that you're excited about. It's there in your mind and you can almost plan it all out. Like you have a clear picture of it in your head. But there is this difficult decision that you're having to make. And I feel like your destiny is leading you towards this creative pursuit, but there's something stopping you and holding you back because perhaps you're doing something else at the moment. So maybe in terms of career, I'm seeing it as, something about your current path that you're on is a very stable track. It's a very grounded route. But you really have this part of you that craves adventure and it's there waiting for you. You've got an idea about it. You know what this adventure is, but you're terrified to take a step towards it. As you can see, this witch is blindfolded and I feel like you're unwilling to take off this blindfold at the moment. You're just too scared. However, I do see you likely will take this blindfold off. You will take this step forward into the unknown, and I do think it's going to pay off for you. I see good things for you in the future, and I feel like you need that adventure. You're seeking it, and things have been a bit too plain and safe coming up to this point. I'm going to get a few more oracle cards for you to get a little bit more information. So we have a Work Your Light oracle card, Protection, Call Back Your Power, Cut the Cords, Soul Retrieval. That's amazing. Call back your power, cut the cords. Yeah, there's some sort of ending. There's something that you need to let go of, to be true to yourself, to listen to your soul and actually do what you find interesting and what you're excited about. It's still about like listening to your gut feeling. What do you really feel? What would you really like to do with your life? We also have step out of your comfort zone. Isn't this just more indication that you need to be willing to take this leap of faith? You need to be willing to step into the unknown because there is something amazing out there for you and you know what it is. I really feel like you'll either know what it is right now or you'll find out what it is very soon. But you're going to be aware of it before you take this leap of faith. It's not like a completely unknown path that you're setting forth on. It's something that you've thought about for a while, something that you've considered for a while and been interested by, but been too scared to actually venture into. We also have deserving. Okay, so maybe the reason why you're afraid to take this next step is because you feel like you don't deserve it. You don't deserve whatever this creative endeavor will bring, or perhaps you're just scared to I'm getting an image of what I'm trying to say, but I can't get the words. I feel like there's a lot of responsibility placed on you. I see you as kind of like, this makes me think of an elder, like someone who has a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. However, that is limiting you. It's making you feel as though you can't do things for yourself. You can't trust your gut. You can't choose what you want to choose. You have to follow along the straight and narrow because you have all these responsibilities. You have, I don't know if you've got people you need to care for, or you need to make a certain amount of money to survive. And whatever job you're doing at the moment, I feel like it's fulfilling those needs. I mean, it's making enough money, but you're not truly passionate about it. There's something else that you are really passionate about and that suits you far better, and you just feel like you don't deserve that. You're not allowed to stray from this secure path. You're not allowed to listen to your inner voice. You're not allowed to listen to your gut feeling or your heart when it comes to what you actually want. I just want to note for a few of you who chose group 1, it may be that this isn't to do with a job, but it's to do with relationships. So it might be that you're in a very secure relationship, but it's almost, I don't know how to put this nicely, it's almost boring. It's not exciting to you anymore, and it's become a bit stale over time. There may actually be issues in your relationship, but you just tell yourself you don't deserve better. You can put up with those issues. But I don't think that's the case. I feel like you do deserve better. I feel like you're giving more than you're receiving. And there's hope for you out there for better, for something that's far more exciting and that drives you to be a better person and to make more of yourself. You're really being called to listen to your gut and to step out of your comfort zone, to head into the unknown. And I know that's a really scary thing to be asked to do, especially if you're quite a grounded and stable person usually. To take a risk is really, really difficult for risk-averse people. But this change is necessary, and it's what you're destined to do. This is your destiny. Like, you are destined for this creative pursuit. You are destined for this new thing and this new fire inside of you, and you know deep down this is what you need, this is what you want. It's just really, really difficult to trust in yourself. And I'm not really sure why you find it so difficult to trust in yourself. Perhaps you just feel undeserving quite frequently. I feel like you might have quite low self-esteem or low self-worth, and that you get these negative thoughts or anxieties that tell you, no, you can't do this. You can't make this change. You don't deserve this. And the truth is you do. You just need to block out those thoughts, because actually you're very emotionally intelligent. You're just not listening to yourself. So there's this gut feeling inside of you about what is right and what is wrong, and you just ignore it so frequently. But what you're being told to do here is to stop ignoring it, start listening to it, because it's going to bring about a good destiny for you. It's bringing about a good outcome. So you need to trust in it more. You need to listen to yourself more and not go against your instincts, even if you feel pulled to do so quite frequently. That's all I've got for you, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below. Also, leave a comment. I love hearing what you thought about the reading. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hi, Group 2. So if you picked this Angel Oracle card, this is your reading for the Angel of Enlightenment. I'm just going to read from the guidebook for this card, just because I'm not familiar with these cards yet. Your journey of enlightenment has begun. Be surprised by the hidden spiritual gifts you have within you. Remember, you are not alone, and you can call upon her at any time. Your angel is always by your side. If in doubt, you just have to ask for her assistance and she will take care of the rest. The journey towards enlightenment can come to you in subtle ways, such as through symbology, repetitive dreams, repetitive number sequences, a chance meeting with a spiritual stranger, or through feelings of déjà vu. Be extra vigilant during this time because you may not know what lessons and teachings are being sent your way. Keep a spiritual journal so you can record any images, symbols, or visions you receive. In time, you will realize that you are well on your way towards enlightenment. My instant feeling after reading that group 2 is that you're feeling lonely. It may be that you've had a lot of hurdles to jump over recently or a lot of obstacles to face, and it's just been really, really tough for you. I feel like your life has been quite a treacherous road, and sometimes you've been left feeling really alone, but you are not alone, okay? That this card is here to remind you you're not alone, and you're also very strong. There's nothing that's been given to you that you've not been able to overcome so far. Okay, so I've pulled a wild unknown animal spirit card for you, group 2. So we have the whale. Once again, I'm going to read from the guidebook to get a bit more information. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain. Oh, that's so interesting. Difficult terrain. That's exactly what I feel like you've been through recently. As they have overcome many challenges in their lives. Oh my goodness, that's exactly what I just said. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. Essentially, you had a really tough time of things, but you have made it through and you're being called to focus on your strength. The fact that you have had to face so many hardships, but you just keep plodding along is so impressive. I am so proud of you. And this card also emphasizes that you've done it while staying compassionate, which is beautiful. You are a kind soul, you are a nurturing soul, and you've been able to face these battles while wearing your heart on your sleeve, and that is really admirable. I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot, so we're just going to get a bit more information about your destiny. Tell me about Group 2's destiny. Okay. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Oh, I'm so not surprised to see the Six of Pentacles here, because I always think of that card as a very loving and giving energy. That is how you are. Like, it just makes me think of Charity, because we can see this witch in the middle and she has all these pentacles, like coins around her neck. So I see her as quite abundant, but you can see that she is giving to others and she's trying to help everyone around her. And that's pretty much how I see you. I see you as a very generous person and very loving and caring and nurturing, as I said before. You will not stand by while someone suffers, even though you have had to suffer so many times in your own life, and you may not have had people there for you in your time of need. When we're talking about destiny and we get the King of Pentacles, you can only be happy, all right? The King of Pentacles represents someone who is so successful and has been able to reap what they've sown. I just see someone who is honestly at bliss and so comfortable in their life. And I feel like that is how you're ending up, group 2. You're ending up in this very serene state where you are just happy. Also, I just want to note that there are so many animals in this card. It makes me think that if you are an animal lover, you're going to end up in a position where you can have as many animals as you want. I just see you with lots of pets and having quite a peaceful life. That's what I think about this sort of countryside image. It's very idyllic. And I see that for you. I see you in this lovely state of happiness and security too. It takes some work. You have to face this dragon. And I do think you are someone who has had to face dragons frequently in life. But I want you to notice how strong you are. This witch looks so strong on their broomstick, and you can see they're still ready to use more magic to defeat this dragon. Your perseverance is great. You do not give up easily. Even though it may feel like you're alone sometimes in fighting these battles, I promise you you're not. People are recognizing all that you do for them, and they are there backing you, and they would help you in any way. If you were in need, they would be there for you in the future. I feel like perhaps they are going to be there for you more frequently as time progresses. Let's get a bit more information with some more oracle cards. We have a Work Your Light card. Yes. Just say yes. And a Moonology card. You are good enough. There's a lot of this in these readings today. There's a lot of hints that people aren't feeling good enough. They're not feeling deserving or worthy. So perhaps in general, a lot of people are feeling like their self-worth is fairly low at the moment. It's just very interesting that that's come up in 2 readings so far. And then we have a quantum card, happy success. Oh, I love it. I love it. And also, is he holding a heart? I feel like he is. Yeah, I see a heart there. I'm not sure what this is, but I definitely see a heart there. Ooh. I'm so happy for you that you're going to be successful. This is beautiful. I mean, we have success twice. We have it in the King of Pentacles, and then again in this Quantum Oracle card. I just feel like you are doing really well for yourselves, Group 2. Things are going in a great direction. With yes, just say yes. I think that's talking about opportunities that are coming your way in the future. Just say yes to them. If they seem like they have a potential to enrich you or to make you more prosperous, definitely take those offers up, because I see you becoming very, very abundant. You are doing really well for yourself in terms of career and financial security in particular, but I also see you having quite a happy family life. And it may be a long road to get there. I don't see it as easy. I see you as having a lot of struggles on the way, but I do feel like the majority of your struggles are already over. You've already had to face your toughest demons, and there's just a few more in the future, but you will make it through. There is nothing coming your way that you cannot survive. I have to repeat that. And there are people out there who are willing to help you just as you did for them. So you've been very giving, but soon you're going to start reaping the rewards from being so giving. This is just highlighting that you are good enough. Please don't tell yourself negative things. I feel like you're very in your head, and you will repeatedly tell yourself that you're unworthy, or when these struggles come your way, when these dragons come up, you will tell yourself you are not able to defeat them. You do not have the strength to battle on, and that is just simply not true. You are someone who is very strong and very brave and very resilient, and you can face anything. I really feel like there is nothing you cannot overcome. It's leading you to this immense success. I am honestly so happy for you, Group 2, because I see your future as so infinitely bright. And I know your past hasn't been. I know your past has been difficult to navigate and to get through. I just feel like you keep coming across barriers and it's tiring. I feel like it's been exhausting, but you've just kept going, and that's what's so incredible about you. And other people see that. Other people see how brave you are and how that courage just keeps going. They really look up to you. I really see them looking fondly at you and admiring your valor, because they don't have that. They almost feel inadequate seeing you and seeing all that you've overcome. They cannot believe how brave you are. It's actually beautiful because they really look up to you. You are a beacon of hope to so many other people. And I don't see that you realize that at all, because you feel like you're not good enough, but you are good enough. You are. And other people are so, so proud of you. And they'll be happy for you when you get this success too. You are destined for success. That's honestly what I want to say to you, Group 2. It might not feel like it now. It might have felt like a really rocky road. It might feel like you still are nowhere near this stability and this financial security, but it is coming your way. And I just want to note, because there's this love heart in his hand too, I feel like you are finding true love as well. You are going to be successful in your love life as well as in your career and home life. All your prayers are going to be answered. You are getting all your dreams handed on a plate to you. Like, honestly, your dreams are coming true. Your wishes are being granted. And all you need to do is continue being this loving, giving person and say yes to opportunities when they come up. Anything that seems exciting, I really feel like you need to say yes to, because it's just going to bring you closer to this success. That's all I've got for you, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below and also leave a comment telling me what you liked about this reading. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hi, Group 3. So if you picked the Angel of Clairaudience, this is your group. I'm going to start by reading from the book for this card, as it's a new deck. Listen to your inner guide. Your gift of clairaudience has awakened. Your angel may announce her arrival to you through subtle sound wave frequency changes in your ear. These frequencies can be heard in the form of sudden buzzing, ringing, or whooshing sounds. Do not be alarmed if this occurs. It is your angel of clairaudience letting you know which ear she wishes to use to communicate with you. Pay attention to any words, voices, songs, sounds, or messages that pop into your mind, as this form of guidance may come to you in your own voice, or the voice of your angel or a loved one in spirit. Once you become accustomed to this new form of guidance, your angel of clairaudience will offer you guidance, inspiration, warnings, and share encouraging messages to help assist with your daily life. Group 3, it's making me think about music and also words, I suppose. So I don't know if you're really interested in the creative arts. I see something to do with a passion for music, or a passion for, it could be film or books. I see some sort of link between you and words, and also sounds too. So I don't know if you work in any of those areas or if that makes sense to you on a personal level, but sounds and noises mean a lot to you. Just gonna pop that up there, and we'll get some more information because I've shuffled a wild unknown animal spirit card out for you. We have the dragonfly. This is my favorite card of this particular deck. Okay, so I'm just going to read from the guidebook to get a bit more information on the dragonfly. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. I think that's really interesting because it's talking about having a busy mind. And with your angel card, I feel like you're someone who has a lot of thoughts whizzing around their head all the time. And it's almost like a lot of noise. You hear too much, but it's because you have this sort of clairaudience. You have this ability to hear a lot of sounds and voices that other people can't hear. But I see you as someone who has a lot of wisdom. There's a lot going on in your mind. You are very clever. I want to get a bit more information about your destiny from tarot. Tell me about Group 3's destiny. I want to know about Group 3's destiny. Okay, Group 3. First, I want to say, for every other group, I've taken only 3 tarot cards to reveal their destiny. For your group, I got 6, and I don't not want to use them because I felt like there's more to your story. So we've got them all. We're going to have a look at them and we'll try and interpret them and understand them. So first we have the King of Pentacles, followed by the 8 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles. We've got a lot of pentacles here. So I would say it has something to do with your career, but it could also be to do with your house, your home situation. Let's get some more. So we have the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and last but not least, the 8 of Wands. Okay. Well, the 8 of Wands makes a lot of sense with what we've said already. Wow, this is a lot, Group 3. There's a lot to unpick here. I see your destiny on the whole as being really good, but there are some complications. So let's get into it. With the 8 of Wands, I think that is very much describing your state of mind. You are feeling like everything is moving so fast, and there are too many thoughts, there are too many things you want to do, and you don't know which is the right option to pick. I see you as someone who is very busy. I see you as someone who has lots of projects on the go, is trying to balance their work and home life and relationships and hobbies, and it's a lot. And I see you also doing perhaps some charity work, or there's some giving in your future. I do see it as charity work, really. I see it as helping people emotionally. That's very specific. I don't know if some of you are working in a charity where you help people in crisis. I just see that with the 6 of Cups. But there are also some real hard times coming your way, but you will make it through. So please don't worry too much. There's a card of celebration with the 4 of Wands. But I see you at times feeling quite lonely and like you are having to struggle on your own. In the end, you've got success here in the King of Pentacles, so it's all going to be okay. I also just want to note that with the 4 of Wands, I see weddings quite frequently. So it may be that there is some sort of wedding on the horizon. That's not going to resonate for everyone who chose this group 3, because you might not be interested in getting married. But if you do want to get married, that is definitely in your destiny, a marriage, and it's a very secure and stable marriage, and you will be happy in it. But things are complicated to get there. If you're single at the moment or you're not with a partner, I do feel like there's quite a lot of dating that you're going to be doing before you find the one. And you're having to put the hard work in to find someone who is really suited to you. But this person that you find in the end, I do feel like they are a very generous soul. They're very loyal. The Six of Cups always makes me think of past life relationships. I feel like you're going to get this instant feeling from them as if you've known each other before, or you're just very well suited to one another, and you're going to end up very happy together. That's a sure thing. Now, if you're not interested in romantic love and connections, I do feel like in terms of the rest of your life, there is a little bit of, as I said, a difficult path. You are going to feel a little bit alone at times. You are going to feel like, I'm getting that some of you may have to see poverty, not in a really difficult sense, but you're going to have times of strife, and you're going to have to work really hard to get out of that and to get to this position where you're secure and you've done pretty well for yourself financially, and you will make it there. But I do think perhaps there's going to be a period of time where you are kind of making just enough to survive, but not as much as you would like. But you're going to work really hard to get out of that state. I do feel like you've got the intelligence, you've got the wit to see you through. You are going to be able to make a name for yourself. I see you doing really well, actually. It might even be that you're working for a charitable organisation, but you end up being like a chief officer for it. I just see you doing really well, but it's all about giving. So I don't think you're someone who's going to do a job where you're not giving back. So it may even be that you do a job that's not to do with giving, that's not to do with charities, but then because you make so much money from it, you help the needy with extra funds. But yeah, I see you as a very busy person. You are destined to be busy. You're not going to be someone who just gets to sit back and relax all the time. I do see that in the very distant future. Like eventually you will make more than enough money to sit back and relax and enjoy all the hard work that you've put in, but I don't see that coming immediately. I see you putting in a lot of hard work to get to that stage. I feel like in your angel card, we read about like whooshing noises, and I'm seeing that for you in this Eight of Wands, like the whooshing of this tornado. It's really weird because I don't know how that's relevant to your destiny, apart from I see it as like a big whoosh, like you move really fast into the future, you move fast into your destiny. And I do feel like it's going to feel hectic at times. It's going to feel like your life is sort of spinning out of control, but it's not. You're able to keep up with it. I see you working very fast to stay on track. And then I see you celebrating afterwards. You're able to achieve whatever you set your mind to. I do feel prioritization is going to be very important for you, Group 3. And it might not be a skill you currently possess, but it's definitely going to be one that you work on, because that's the only way that you're going to find this financial security, because things are just happening so fast for you. You're not someone who moves slowly. You're someone who takes on a lot, but you will see it through. I do see that. I do see you seeing it through. I see you being able to celebrate. I see you being rewarded. I see you kind of winning the prize. If there's any sort of competitions that you're interested in entering, I see you entering them and winning, but only competitions that take hard work. And by that I mean not competitions like the lottery or anything based on luck. It's competitions that are based on you striving and endeavoring to achieve, you putting in hard work to achieve. But I do see you winning at the end of it. You are gaining success from it. I see you capturing a lot of people's attention too. I think of the dragonfly as literal, like dragonflies, when they fly about, everyone notices them. It's very similar to a butterfly. They capture your attention, and I feel like you captivate people too. I see that again in the Six of Cups, and also I guess in the Four of Wands. people are noticing you, and maybe that is how you are coming about success. I also just want to note that you might have a very melodic voice. I feel like people like listening to you, and you have great ideas and opinions. I just see you as a team leader. I see you as an innovator. There's some sort of fresh perspective you have to bring to projects, you have to bring to work, you have to bring to the people. I see you almost standing on like a podium, giving a talk. You have a very unique voice, and people want to listen to you. Let's get the rest of your oracle cards just to get a bit more information. So I have a Work Your Light card. We have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Crazy. Yeah, so we see you as sharing some sort of knowledge that people have been waiting for. They understand you. You give this fresh perspective that is it's much needed, and you've been training for this for lifetimes. That just reminds me of the Eight of Pentacles. I think you are going to have to do a lot of hard work to be listened to, but you will be listened to in the end, and you will be celebrated. I've also got a Moonology card. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So you may be a Gemini, or also Dragonfly, that represents air signs. So I just think this is to do with your intelligence. You are a smart thinker. You use your head a lot. You use logic a lot. But the answers you need are coming. So if there is a question that you have in mind regarding your destiny, I do feel the answer will be revealed very soon. I feel like also with the Five of Pentacles, you might find at times it feels as if there's no way you're going to make it. There's no way you're going to achieve whatever your dream is. And you're almost on the verge of giving up, but some sort of inner voice is telling you, don't give up, don't give up. And that's because the answers are coming for you. Like, things are going to reveal themselves. Things are going to make sense. You just have to keep going and not give up, no matter how fast things are moving. This hard work you're putting in will pay off. We also have a Quantum card, a creative endeavor. Oh, that's really interesting, because we have, I believe this is a cello. I might be wrong. It might be a double bass. I don't know enough about instruments, but the point is we have a musical instrument. We were talking about music earlier, and then we also have an artist's canvas. It's all about using your voice. And then we have a camera and books again. We were talking about books earlier. So is there some creative pursuit that you really want to see through? Because I do see you achieving it. Whatever your goal is, you are able to achieve it, but it's just going to take quite a lot of hard work to get there. And that's all right, Group 3, because you are going to manage it. You are going to stay strong. You are going to pull through. You are going to keep going, and then you will achieve whatever your goal is. But yes, I see that it may be creative. Perhaps you are interested in some sort of specific creative pursuit, and it's probably going to be different for each of you. Some of you, it might be art. Some of you, it might be music. Some of you, it might be something completely different. But there is some sort of creative element to what you want to do. Also, I'm just thinking about your wedding, and I'm wondering whether it's going to be on the beach. I just hear this like beautiful music playing, and I see these vines as well, so it could even be outdoors somewhere. I feel like you're really at peace in nature, and you're destined for almost like stardom. Like, I see you destined for fame. I see people wanting to take your picture. I see people listening to you, listening to the music that you make, even with your voice. There's some sort of beautiful truth you have to speak that is going to be really, really important to other people. It's going to influence them in great ways. And you are essentially giving them a gift. but it's going to take you a while till you get to that place. I do feel like you have to put in a lot of hard work too. I just want to note that I'm getting the picture of someone who wants to run for office. That's a very American phrase. Someone who wants to be a politician almost, or someone who wants to share their voice, their views, and it may be in a different way, a different setting, but I do see that you've got some very strong opinions. They're going to be received really well, but they may not be at first. You need to put in this hard work. You need to do the learning before your views will be well received and you will be rewarded for them. You're destined for great things, Group 3, but they take a lot of hard work. They take a lot of training to get there, and you just have to see them through. Your destiny is going to require a lot of persistence. I really see that very strongly. You are being called to listen, so listen to the world around you and shape your own views using the facts that you learn. I also want to mention, I'm thinking, don't speak so loudly that you don't listen to anyone else. I feel like you need to take in their views, and if you don't take in their views, you're going to struggle for longer. You're going to find it more difficult to progress in life. People are there to help you. They are there to lend a helping hand when you need it. Group 3, if you're interested in the creative arts, I'm also getting this as a major sign not to give up, okay? Just keep working towards it. You are destined for great things, and it takes a lot of training, but it will pay off and you will be able to celebrate your accomplishments in the end. You are destined for incredible things. That's all I've got for you, Group 3. If you enjoyed your reading, please press the like button down below and also leave a comment telling me what particularly stood out to you in this reading. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Hi, Group 4. If you picked the Angel of White Light, this is your reading. As this is a new deck, I'm going to start by reading from the guidebook. You are guided and protected by the light. Rejoice in this insight. If there are times when you feel that you are alone and unprotected, your angel will be there to assist you with reconnecting to your higher self and to those in the spiritual realm. If ever you feel unsafe, in danger, lost, or alone, remember that your angel is only a thought away, providing a protective shield of illumination that surrounds you and protects you from any negativity, danger, stress, or unpleasantness that you may encounter. So far, I'm seeing that you get quite caught up in daily life and stresses that come your way, like the small stresses, they take over quite frequently, and you don't notice that you are protected. There's someone protecting you. We'll get a little bit more information for you, Group 4, but I just see this guardian angel pretty much protecting you. Everything is going to be okay. I've drawn a wild unknown animal spirit card for you to start, and we have the hawk. I'm seeing that as such a strong energy for you already, Group 4, but what I'm going to do is get a bit more information from the guidebook. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. So I'm seeing that there's some big change for you, a shift in perspective, a shift in your views, and it's being sent to you from elsewhere. So it may be that another person in your life gives you a message that really shifts the way you think about things, that changes your opinion and views. To get a bit more information, I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. So let's get a bit more clarification on what your destiny is, Group 4. Tell me about Group 4's destiny. What's coming for them? Okay, way more cards than I wanted, but I'm just having to take everything that comes out. The first two groups, I only got like 3 cards, and then your group and the last group, oh my goodness, all the cards come flying out. So we're starting with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles has come out in the majority of these readings today. I don't know what is going on with the King, but he is there constantly. We also have the 9 of Wands, the Page of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, group 4, I'm getting a lot from this. I'm seeing some sort of disappointment, and I'm also seeing 2 sorts of new beginnings and fresh communication. This is like fresh ideas, which is really interesting because we're talking about a shift in perspective. So something is having a profound effect on you. And before you get this change of perspective, you are feeling down, you are feeling distraught, you are feeling a sense of dismay, as if perhaps things were feeling like they were working out for you and luck was on your side, and then suddenly something really let you down, or that's coming in the near future. I do feel like you're feeling very pessimistic. I don't know if you can see, but she's focused, this witch is focused on the 3 spilled cups on the ground, and she's completely ignoring this full bottle over here and 2 full cups behind her. It's really easy to focus on the negatives, and I feel like that is what's happening to you in this situation. You are struggling to focus on the positives and only seeing the negatives until you get this new message, this change of course. And I do feel like you have been struggling. There's a lot of feeling like the world is against you, feeling like you've had to struggle through and fight on, and feeling very burnt out. I don't know if stress has got on top of you. I just feel like you're exhausted, worn out, wrung dry, until you get this new idea. So it may be that you were previously in a job that was very restrictive and was very stressful, and you weren't really gaining any benefits from it. And you're going to get to this point where you have this new idea, this new job, or this new opportunity to do something different. And it may be a new creative endeavor, but I do see you taking action and jumping on it, and it's going to lead to success. It's going to lead to your happiness with the King of Pentacles. This may also focus on your love life, the Page of Cups. It may be that at the moment you're feeling unsatisfied in your love life, but I see a new relationship coming your way and brightening your life up again. It's illuminating your life. But yes, I feel that you're destined for a fresh change in love, and also in your ideas about the world, and perhaps even your career. I just see a lot of change for you, group 4, because things aren't working the way they are. You're feeling so burnt out, and that can't go on forever. You're in need of this change. You're in need of a fresh perspective. And you're being guided towards that too. You're being guided towards something new, because this has been difficult for you. It's been really difficult. I see you as like not getting enough sleep. I don't know if that's just one of you who's watching it, but I do just see you as like absolutely exhausted and on your knees and tired and scared as well. I see you as scared. Has someone treated you badly? Are you feeling like life is a little bit hopeless, or love is hopeless? Either way, if you are feeling that way, that's going to change. In your love life, it might even start with someone messaging you out of the blue. I get that with the Ace of Swords a lot, like new communication that completely takes you off guard, but leads to great things as well. Yeah, I do see some sort of change coming your way in terms of love. I think it is in love. There's a lot about love here. So if you are interested in romantic love, things are definitely getting better. you're moving in the right direction. You're destined to move in the right direction. It's not going to be this hard all the time to find the love that you are seeking. I also want to note that if you're not interested in romantic love, as I said, this could be to do with career or some other pursuit. You've been hitting a lot of locked doors. I see you walking through corridors and you just keep getting to locked door after locked door, and it takes time to get through that locked door and walk through the next corridor. And you're just feeling exhausted from constantly hitting a wall. That is changing. That's changing with some new communication. I just want to give you an example because it's popped into my head and it may be relevant to some of you. You can probably fit it to your situation, but I'm seeing someone who wants to be an author and they are applying to a lot of writing agents, and they have this novel that they've written and they're proud of it, but they're just starting out in this career and they're writing to all these agents and getting no responses back whatsoever, and they're just exhausted. They've been doing it for years and they're not hearing anything, and they're almost at the point of giving up when they suddenly receive this new communication. They receive this offer from a writing agent, and it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and they grasp it with both hands. It works out really well. They end up very successful because of it. And I feel like there's something similar happening for you, Group 4. There's something that you really want and you keep trying to get it, and you've been disappointed definitely a few times, and you might continue to be disappointed a few times, but there is this light at the end of the tunnel. There is this ray of hope, and it's the truth, Group 4. Like, you are going to get this amazing opportunity. You are going to succeed. I've got some more oracle cards to get a bit more information. So we have a work your light card. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Yes, it's going to catch you. You're going to succeed. It's going to be okay. But you have to trust in yourself. You have to get over those fears. Whatever those fears are, don't let them get in your way. Don't let them stand in your way. And a Moonology card. A new romantic cycle begins. That's what I was saying. Like, I kind of see you letting go of this past pain, these past loves, this past dating that hasn't been working. And there's something new in terms of your love life. Yes, either you're starting a new relationship, or it may be that you remain in your relationship, but there's this new cycle. So there's like some sort of fresh start within your relationship and things are working out. Perhaps because of this communication, perhaps there's some communication that is needed in your relationship, and you both need to listen to each other for it to get better and for you both to work on your relationship so that you both feel happy. And we also have a quantum oracle card. Milestone. Yeah, so you're achieving your milestone. You're achieving your goals. We got that anyway with the King of Pentacles. It's just like that author example I gave. There is some sort of milestone that you've wanted to achieve for a very long time and you've been working towards, and you put all your energy and effort into it, and you're feeling a little bit spent because it's taken a lot out of you. But it is paying off. You are reaching that milestone. You are being awarded that trophy. And I do think it's going to come in the form of some sort of message or communication or new idea. There's some sort of change coming your way. Things are looking up afterwards, and it may involve taking a little risk. But some risks are necessary, and if you aren't willing to take a risk, if you aren't willing to make a change, then you won't be able to fulfill your destiny. You won't be able to achieve your dreams. So you need to sometimes just let go and take that little risk, because it could lead to a future of happiness and success. I do really see you as abundant in the future and prosperous too. You're doing really well for yourself. And I do see you happy in love as well. I just want to say that you are destined to have a new romantic cycle, but I do think it's going to take a little bit of faith on your part and also some healthy communication. Otherwise, you won't be able to start this new cycle. It takes you taking the first step for things to actually change. I feel like they won't change otherwise, but that is what you're destined for. You're destined for a healthier romantic life. You're destined for whatever you've been trying so hard to accomplish, and it is coming true for you, but you just have to keep trying and you have to be open to change. That's all I've got for you, Group 4. If you enjoyed your reading, please press that like button down below and also leave a comment telling me anything that particularly resonated with you. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!